Overweight with hemorrhoids. With that extra weight, you are also at risk of developing hemorrhoids. Obesity contributes to the development and worsening of hemorrhoids. Why is that the case? Several reasons. For one thing, the fact that you are overweight in the first place speaks to a likely problem with the kinds of foods you eat. Too much sugar, typically in the form of high fructose corn syrup. Read the label, and other processed foods, along with inadequate water intake, and not enough fiber. The problem with carrying the extra pounds increases pressure in the vessels of the pelvis, which interferes with healthy circulation of blood, a breakdown of the vessels themselves, and finally, hemorrhoids. A low fiber intake keeps the stool from bulking up enough to pass smoothly. A low fluid intake causes the stool mass to sit in the colon too long, where it becomes hard and dry. This in turn leads to constipation with straining doing bowel movements. This is a disaster insofar as hemorrhoids are concerned. Dealing with your weight is a separate issue. The purpose of our discussion here is to deal with the factors that cause or worsen hemorrhoids. Believe me, you just don't want that misery. Let's talk hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids, can they be prevented? Yes, in many cases they can be. Even if it's too late, and you already have hemorrhoids, the measures we will discuss today can often prevent complications of hemorrhoids. Let's start with the basics: food and water. You may need a new approach to your diet, to one that includes more fiber in the form of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. This will change the makeup of the stool you are passing to one that is softer and less likely to irritate the rectum and anus. You can also increase your fiber intake by using over-the-counter aids, such as Metamucil or Citracel. If you choose to add a fiber supplement though, do so gradually so as to minimize gas. Increasing your fluid intake will also help to keep the stool soft so as to minimize straining when having a bowel movement. How much water should you drink? While 6 to 8 glasses per day would be ideal, that's hard to accomplish for many people. Even a small increase will help. If you just don't like water, try to at least double whatever you're drinking in a day, not alcohol or coffee though. These will make the situation worse for reasons we'll discuss another time. Next, you may need to change the way you do business. For one thing, use the toilet as soon as possible when you feel the urge to pass stool. The longer the fecal material bowel movement stays in the colon, the drier it will become. And dry equals hard. You do not want the stool to become hard, because this will cause straining and irritation to the tender tissue in the rectum and anus. Another measure is to avoid reading or pondering your life while sitting on the toilet. Once you've passed the stool, get up. Sitting too long increases the pressure on the blood vessels in the rectal area, which in turn can cause swelling and permanently damage them. Likewise, don't strain or hold your breath while passing stool so as to avoid pressure building up in the blood vessels, which can cause or worsen hemorrhoids. For the same reasons, avoid sitting in the same position for too long. No matter how busy you are, get up from your desk chair at least every hour or so to relieve pressure on the blood vessels in your rectal area. Take a 5 to 10 minute walk a couple of times during the day. This will get the blood moving out of the stagnant, swollen, hemorrhoidal tissue to help prevent hemorrhoids or worsen existent ones. In an effort to establish regularity, try to retrain your bowel by going to the toilet after each meal to sit for a couple of minutes. This will help to prevent the hard, dry stools characteristic of constipation. The passage of hard stools causes irritation and even tearing of the delicate rectal and anal tissue. Do not rub the anal area when you are wiping after a bowel movement, and avoid the use of perfumed soaps or wipes so as to minimize irritation. Lastly, do not take laxatives. These can cause diarrhea, which is very irritating to the rectum and anus. If your stools are hard and you need to soften them, use an over-the-counter stool softener. Hemorrhoids are serious business, and the more we can avoid or ease them, the greater quality of life we will have. Next time we'll talk about what you can do at home to help yourself. Until then, if you have benefited from this video, immediately hit the subscribe button and bell notification now for your next inspiring video. If you would like to lose weight, click the link in the description below to learn more.